Hello everybody. Today we're going to start on your fruit wreath. So you might be wondering, what is a fruit wreath and why would I want to make one? Well, fruits are such an important part of a well-balanced diet, and we want to make sure we get lots of fruits in our diet every single day, at least 2 servings. So we are going to remind ourselves to be healthy by making something we can hang up and check to see if we are getting the right amount of fruits. It's also a beautiful piece of art. So take a look. You're going to be putting together a wreath like this. And today we're going to be putting on the little crayon details that you see on the different fruits and leaves. So let's go ahead and get started. What you're going to need today is all of the small papers that have the different fruits and leaves. You're also going to need your crayons. So take a moment, and in your crayon box, you want to pull out these crayons: a white, a brown, a green, and an orange. This would be a great time to pause the video so you can get your supplies. Once you have your crayons, let's go ahead and set our pieces aside and just work on one at a time. The first one we're going to work on is going to be the grapes. So I'm going to put my unfinished papers in one pile over here, and then my finished papers will go over here when I'm done. That's a great way to stay organized. Find your white crayon. With your white crayon, you are going to put a highlight on every one of your grapes. A highlight is where the light from the sky or a room reflects off of something very shiny. We want to put a slightly curved line in the same spot on all of these grapes, like this. After each time I show you how to do something, you might want to pause so that you can catch up before we move on. We're going to move on to the next one now. I'm setting this aside, and now I am going to pull out my apples. I have 2 apples, a green one and a red one. I'm going to make a highlight on these as well, just like I did for the grapes, because apples are pretty shiny. So I put a highlight right at the top corner like this. You could put another highlight on the other side if you like, and a little one at the curve at the bottom as well if you want. Now we're not done with the apple. So when you are finished putting your highlights on, find your brown crayon. With your brown crayon, you are going to color in the stems of your apples. Now you are done with your apples. Keep your brown crayon, but put your apples over here by your grapes. Make a little pile of your papers. Now find your bananas. You're using your brown crayon. For your bananas, you're going to color in the stem, the bottom, and you're going to put a couple of little lines very lightly to show the shadow of the lines on a banana. Have you ever seen a banana with bruises on it? You might even want to put a couple little dark spots on your banana. Do this for both bananas. The next fruit we will do is our pear. We will be using our brown crayon. Let's color in the stems of our pear. Pears also have little brown spots. So let's put some brown spots on the opposite sides of our pears. They look like little freckles. We are now done with our pears. Put your pears in the pile and find your oranges. We still have the brown crayon. Oranges have a little place on them where they broke off of the stem. We're going to put a little oval in that spot. Now we are done with our brown crayon. Find your orange crayon. With your orange crayon, we're going to show the texture of the skin of the orange by putting in little shadows. These are the indentations of the orange, where you see the skin go in and it's a little bit darker, like on a real orange. You are done with your orange. The last thing we are going to do is our leaf with our dark green crayon. With our leaves, we are going to color in the stem. You should have 4 leaves, but if I gave you more, that's okay. Now, we're going to make veins. We do this by making a line up the middle, a capital letter V, and then a lowercase letter v. V for vein. Do this on all of the leaves that you have, even if I gave you more than these. You are done with your leaves. Now you are done with all of your fruits and leaves. The next time we get together, you will want to bring your wreath and all of these. I can't wait to see you then.